everybody, it's Laquita. It's been a little while since I've been on to share any projects that I've made with you, so I thought I would share my 52 tags handmade. After I finish this one today, I thought I'm gonna go ahead and do a video and share with you my tag and all of the ones prior to that I haven't shared with you. So this one, which was the latest prompt, which was a cuppa, this was week 34. And so I had some cotton fabric that had these little cup images on it. So I cut one out and just embroidered around it in using a metallic thread, which you probably can't really tell, but even the handle for the cup is done in a metallic thread. And then added some little French knots in the center for some flowers and put it on a little doily, and then added tea and cream at the top. So that's my tag for week 34. If you're interested in seeing the prior weeks, I'll show them to you now. I'll share them with you. But if you're not and you don't care about going backwards and seeing the older ones, thank you for watching. But if you do want to see them, I'll go ahead and share them with you now. But that's week 34. Okay, so week 33 was flags. And so I have my 3 little flags here. I've used some different fabrics, and I have them hanging on this little fiber thread here. I've added a little velvet flower there. I did some beading on this one and a little beading on that one. And then underneath the flags, there is a print fabric under there. And then under the print fabric, I did a little bit of embroidery work using fly stitch with some beads and a button there. Okay, so week 32 was the Lazy Daisy. So I've made some long stem flowers here, and I embroidered these 2. And then I used a little fiber thread that has some sparkle threads in it for the stems. And then this one I did, I made the flower and the leaves out of beads. And then I just have some fibers going along the edge there. And it's done on a velvet fabric. So that's that one. And then week 31 was gold. So I used this gold fiber trim along the edge. I did a blanket stitch around a circle and used that to, create a little embellishment there, and then put beads. I filled the center of it with beads, and then I have some beads dangling there. And then across the bottom, I've got some bugle beads, and then I added a little bit of trim, which has some sequins on it. So that's my gold one. And then prior to that was week 30, which was supposed to be a brooch, but I didn't do a brooch. I just decided to do something different. So I did an image of 3 teddy bears, and I crocheted a little doily, and I added a little ribbon rose for the center, and then hung a little teddy bear charm on there, and also added some pom-pom trim on the sides. So that's that one. And then week 29 was the Ort, which was the scraps of fiber threads that we were collecting for the last few weeks prior to that. And so I've stitched them all on, and then I've added a few buttons, and the fabric underneath has this image of the Eiffel Tower on there. And the reason I used this fabric for this particular week was because my granddaughter turned 10, and she spent her 10th birthday in Paris. So that represents the week of her birthday in Paris. All right, and then week 28 was the woven spider wheel, and I used a really pretty textured thread for for making that wheel, and I just love the way it turned out. I love the colors that are in it, and um, it's almost hard to see the spokes because of the texture of the thread, but I like the way it turned out. Then I made a little woven rose there, and then here I've added a button in the center of some felt and went around it with some beads, so that's that one. Okay, and then the week prior to that was 27, and it was beads and tassels. So this one I used a little bit of a lace trim, and I've added beads across the bottom of the flowers. And then underneath there, I added another layer of that lace, and then I have more beads hanging at the bottom there. And then I've added a little acrylic flower at the top. Okay, and the week prior to that was week 26, so we were to make ourselves a medal for making it to week 26. So I covered another circle, and then I put some organza ribbon on there, and then I embellished another circle of felt and added bullion loops and French knots in the center of my medal. Okay, so that's that week. Then prior to that was week 25, which was weaving, and Anne actually used like yarns and different fiber threads. I didn't have that many different yarns. I do have a lot of fiber threads, but they're kind of tiny, so it would have taken a lot to fill this card. So I just tore little strips of fabric and weaved the fabric through the threads that were on the card. And then I added a connector, a doily connector down there at the bottom with a button. Okay, and then prior to that was week 24, which was tatting. So I've added my tatting off to the side here. The fabric that I used, I felted some silk waist onto it, and then added a couple of buttons on there. So that's that one. And then prior to that was week 23, which was a bunch of flowers. And it's funny that on this particular tag, I actually did some weaving. I used silk ribbons and weaved them to create the basket. And then I just dyed it with a couple of different pro markers to get the colors to make it look like a weaved basket. And then I made some flowers out of silk ribbon, and then embroidered on some other flowers there, and then add some lace at the top and the bottom. And then the last one, which catches me up, is week 22, and it's layers of lace. And so with this one, I added a couple of doilies at the top. I've added this green lace, and then I added the cream lace on top of the green one, and then I have another cream lace and another green and another cream. So that's my layers of lace. So that catches me up. That's week 22 through 34. So hopefully I won't let so many weeks go by before I come back again to share with you my other tags. So hopefully you enjoyed seeing my tags and what I've been up to. I do have another project that I just finished too, so I'll share that with you in the next video. So thanks for watching. Take care. Bye.